Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for joining today. I want to introduce a great partner. The partner is Rizing to all of you. And with me is Mike Maiolo. Mike is the CEO of Rizing. He's been behind the incredible growth that Rizing's had to drive one of SAP's best practices and partners around the globe. Now, some quick background. Rizing has over 750 employees. They have truly a global footprint. They've got projects that cover 34 plus countries around the world. And I actually personally got to know Rizing and got to know Mike while I was running Success Factors. They've got the largest number of professionally certified Success Factor consultants around the world. They're also a gold partner. They're an authorized reseller of SAP solutions. And in 2020 alone, Rizing delivered over 90 SAP cloud implementations covering many different industries: healthcare, utilities, public sector, consumer products, retail, technology, you name it, on and on. Rizing was also awarded SAP's North America Award for Partner Excellence for Cloud Delivery during our annual Customer Success Summit last quarter. Mike, my goal here is to help our customer success team around the world understand Rizing, understand how you can help them, how you can help us succeed, and really turn it up this year. So, Mike, to start, I think a great place would be just tell us more about Rizing. How do you see our partnership evolving this year? What do you think is pertinent for our sales teams to know? I mean, and take it wherever you want to take it. It's all yours.
Awesome, Greg. And thank you so much for the very kind words and nice introduction. And we've been blessed to have this partnership with SAP in place since 2006, in many different formats as we've grown from sort of four guys in a garage to a company, as you mentioned, operating around the world. And we're very proud to, as we reference ourselves, we don't want to be a small, big company. Our goal is to be the big boutique. And our relationship with SAP is at the foundation of what we do. It's an exclusive relationship, as everything we do is about SAP technology. And so the relationship's been fantastic. And, it's about, like most partnerships and most friendships and relationships, it's about trust, transparency, commitment, and then honoring those commitments and getting stuff done together. And I think that's been a fantastic journey. And SAP is a big reason why Rizing's been so successful. And honestly, as we've endeavored to get through this pandemic, I think the relationship got closer as we had to get more creative to find ways to bring value to our customers together.
So Mike, just to make sure that I highlight something you said. So when I look at the Rizing business, it is just SAP, right? You're not out there doing work with all of our competitors. You are just focused on SAP.
100% focused on SAP. And as I've shared with our board many times, when you make a choice to go with and ride on one horse, you've got to pick the best. And you've got to build a very close relationship, because if you're only going to have one, it needs to be deep and meaningful. And so we are all in with SAP, and SAP's done a great job being all in with us at Rizing.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Now, much like us at SAP, your roots, because you've been around a long time, is always or was in on-premise, right? And now, you've also successfully pivoted to the cloud. I mean, maybe you could speak a little bit about, your company's journey, how you managed to change the mindset of your people, of your processes, and how you became a really cloud-first organization as well.
Yeah, that's a great question. And let me just, for a point of reference, describe, we've got three lines of business at Rizing. Again, all focused on SAP, but three areas where we go deep with SAP. HCM is one where we've got, as you mentioned, a pretty significant practice around the world with success factors in consumer industries or retail. So far, mostly North America, but we work very closely with SAP there to deliver value to the big retailers and online chains that are out there too. And then enterprise asset management, which is my background, has been a really big part of what we do since the beginning. And a lot of that was on-prem. But the shift really started early for us, and particularly as SAP acquired SuccessFactors, we had a pretty significant on-prem HR practice. And it was really a perfect opportunity and the right alignment of the moons, if you will, to shift to the cloud, but also do it in a way that brought meaningful background and expertise from on-prem, and also be able to help our customers make that journey together. So the notion of focusing on the cloud's been around for a while at Rizing, although in the last 2 years, as you can imagine, the shift has gone from, yeah, it makes sense to have a cloud offering to everything needs to be cloud first. So I think that it was an easy story to tell within Rizing. As our employees watched what was happening in the market and the great things SAP was doing to build out the cloud offering, it was very natural for us to kind of replicate what we did with SuccessFactors and say, okay, guys, time to move the entire company and our focus to cloud first. And it was embraced by our employees. And I think it's been exciting so far.
So Mike, from my side, I mean, I had the great experience at SuccessFactors. I know you support a number of our different cloud solutions, not just SuccessFactors and S4, but a number of the other ones. I guess another add-on question to the last question would be, tell us about the types of companies you deal with in terms of size, big, small, or types of programs that you do.
I'll start by saying I think the smallest customer we have is us, because besides being an SAP partner, last year we began the journey with SAP to move to a complete SAP footprint. So we're implementing S4 and C4 and Concur and SuccessFactors for our global operations. But I would say that's where a lot of growth is coming, is the mid-market, sort of taking our expertise and dealing with ourselves and applying it to the journey that our customers in the mid-market are embarking on to move to the cloud, be it S4 or SuccessFactors. But our customers sort of range from the huge retailers, like a Home Depot or Costco, down to, in the mid-market, there's a lot of financial services, healthcare, manufacturing even. So it sort of ranges from the global multi-billion-dollar customers down to the up-and-coming 250 million in revenue plus. And that's the business we really like too. And we think we understand it better than a lot of people because we're one of them.
Right. And so Mike, with that said, I do know you do business all over the world. I mentioned before, I think it was in 34 different countries. But if you had to pick the 3 or 4 main markets that you could really help our sales teams out there, what are those markets?
Yeah, so North America is our largest, and obviously it's home for me, and it's the roots of our business, and so we have a significant focus on North America. But our fastest growing business is actually in Asia Pac. So focused on Australia, Singapore, and Southeast Asia. We have an awful lot going on there, a significant SuccessFactors presence, and our business is growing substantially over there. In Europe, primarily around enterprise asset management and SuccessFactors. In the UKI and the Netherlands, we've got a really nice base of business and are expanding across Europe this year.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I know you spent a lot of time on a plane going to Publicis in France, right? Which was an incredible project, right? And success. So, okay. so last question for you here. Major question is, we're really big on LACE, which is land, adopt, consume, expand. Tell us about your LACE process. Tell us about how do you maximize adoption with your customers, from the first day that you sell the software or start a project?
Yeah, so for us, I think historically it was more of an ACE approach. Where we've added our capability is around the land, because I think from the very beginning, we partner with SAP and support a sales cycle. We had pretty advanced demo landscapes, and we'd come in as kind of team SAP with us representing the people that understood the business, the end user community. But we've invested fairly significantly to add to our capability to sell and resell. But we've always had sort of a life cycle journey approach to our customer interaction. We don't think about them as transactions. So it's not a get a deal done, get the implementation done, and run to the next one. So I think the LACE approach and mentality has always been here at Rizing from the beginning. Like I said, now we focus on getting the land and collaborating still significantly with the SAP Salesforce to help sell. But in terms of adoption, that's the center of what we do. You know, I think you mentioned we had 90 cloud go lives in 2020. I'm really proud of that. So we'll continue to focus on that adopt and consume and expand. We've always had that thought of, if we're really going to be a true partner to our clients, we have to think about their life cycle journey, not about the transaction to buy software. Honestly, though, our business is centered around a partnership with a software company, we don't think of ourselves that way. We think of ourselves as business improvement, business transformation experts. So therefore, the notion of consume and the notion of expand is just supportive of taking our clients on that evolutionary journey to become the best company they can be. So for us, it's really natural. And I'll tell you what SAP's done to make it easier is, you've always had a great tool set, but you continue to refine that tool set and make it easier to sell the journey to the customer. But also some of the new programs, you know, be it Rise with SAP or HXM Move. We really think that the package is now really aligned with customer needs and expectations. It's not, we gave you a better tool, so naturally you're going to want to buy it. I think SAP recognized that they're showing the clients, it's not about selling software, it's about joining you in your evolutionary journey. So I think we've got a powerful story to tell together with SAP, and it happens to be built around, you know, the LACE concept, but that's not new. We've been doing that for a long time.
Well, fantastic. You know, Mike, I always believe that it's the customers that that actually tell the true story, right? And what I find with Rise is that, you know, you basically have 100% success. I mean, every customer you touch is successful. They say extremely good things about the company. And the other thing is, you tend not to just, stop the relationship after the project, because your company does such a good job. You end up living with that customer for many, many, many years. So I think that's just, a big, kudos to you and the organization for driving success, which, by the way, helps us tremendously, because successful SAP customers buy more software. So that's fantastic. So Mike, those are the questions I had. Is there anything else you want to add or tell the whole customer success organization out there before we wrap this?
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And again, thanks, Greg, for the friendship and for the opportunity to talk a little bit about what's going on these days. To me, what I would ask is, give us a shot. We built a multi-year, since 2006, relationship with SAP based on trust, not because we came in and we came out, but because we made a commitment for the long term. And when we work together, and we're doing it a lot these days, what really matters is we're generating good customer outcomes and good results. So that's the ultimate measure. We can have lots of fun together and see each other at all the events and shake hands and have a drink together, and that's great. But to me, the most important thing is we're collaborating to change outcomes for companies that are our clients. And that's both exciting and also a bit contagious. Our customers talk about the success that SAP and Rizing have had together. So back to your question, I would just ask them to give us a shot and think of Rizing as your trusted partner who has the same interests that you have, which is to deliver great outcomes to clients.
That's great, Mike. And Mike, what I'll make sure is when we send this out to the to the whole organization, that we've got the contacts and of the individuals who run the different markets for you in there, so our teams can contact them and work together. So Mike, thank you so much for joining. I mean, that was truly inspirational. I think our partnership is exceptional, and I really look forward to having an incredible year with Rizing and SAP together. And I hope to see you soon in person. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate it. We enjoy the friendship and the partnership and look forward to doing much more together in 2021.